All right, folks, it is another wild Troubles Digest, and this one will be a more regular Troubles Digest change because this is the first of many official podcasts for Razor Pro Wrestling out of Northwest Arkansas. And this has been a long time coming. I mean, you have been talking to me, and I'm here with Ben, part of the Brain Trust, one of the owners and operators of Razor Pro. And you were my contact into all this. You know, we started talking when when you were still doing stuff with the dead named promotion, we'll call it, and you were like, I think I'm going to change things up, and I was like, all right, let's see. You have changed it up and you have leveled up because this Rebirth card for Razor Pro, this debut card, I mean, this is as good of a debut card for an independent that I've seen in forever. So, good to have you, Ben. It's an honor to be working with you, and I am very excited to see what's coming forward for Razor Pro.
Thanks, man. I'm glad to be here, dude. Very glad to have your support. You're gonna have to excuse me. My allergies are killing me. This weather went from 81 degrees to one day to 23 the next.
Just like Arkansas.
All right.
But yeah, just kind of fill us in on how this all has come about. I mean, obviously, not all the drama and details, but just, the logistics of like, how the hell have y'all come together and made a real independent, not just like, a mom and pop thing. Although I do appreciate that you keep that sort of mode as well as you go forward. But this is a real deal independent promotion in Northwest Arkansas you guys have put together.
Thanks, man. So let me kind of give you a lowdown on myself right quick, right? So I'm a former talent. I worked for about 5.5 years. I first got in the ring in '99. Didn't really do anything, but that's when I fell in love and wanted to do it. Started training in 2000, and then I had, excuse me, then I had my last match in 2006.
Wow.
Sorry. Yeah. So I got injured. I had 3 different injuries in my last match, caused me to step out of the ring permanently. But it's something I always loved. I always stayed with my people I had then. That was a long time ago, right? I mean, so stay in touch with them. Just always loving the industry. I just happened to get more into indie wrestling at that time. At that time, you had your Ring of Honors, your true TNAs coming up back in the day. You had Chikara, so on and so forth, right? So any way I could find to do that because I was traveling at the time, I did. I just stayed in love with it. Obviously, you really only had one big company at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know what happened with that after the whole merger, should I say?
Yeah. God.
Yeah, right. They weren't great. So I've always been in love with the industry. And then I started seeing the promotions around here. I got involved with one, and towards the end of last year, it was finally made clear to me that, like, you know what? I have an idea, and I know it could work. Because the one thing I'm always done, man, kind of like you, I really love watching independent wrestling, and I try to stay in touch with it, right? You can almost see somebody, like, especially in person on TV, it's like, oh, this person has it, and they're going to be signed.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be a matter of time. We just don't know when. And I just want to stay in it, but then also I'm a big community person. So I want to do something, one, for the community, because the wrestling fans around here, you don't have to be a wrestling fan, but there is no WWE. There's no AEW. There's no other, we have the 2 smaller promotions around here. There's no TNA. There's no nothing like that around here, right?
No.
What I do, man, we gotta travel 2, 3, 4 hours sometimes to catch a show. And on a weekend, man, that's different. But what if you want to catch a Raw, you want to catch a Dynamite? I mean, you're driving.
Big time.
Yeah, right. And we do have talent around here. We just had to find them, right? But you want the right caliber of people, and I feel like I found that. With that being said, like the area in my head, I feel that when you get the names around here, I'm not talking about just like an AEW name. I want the top names around the country for independent talent. This area with the University of Arkansas right there, we know how like college kids can dig sports, man. They dig wrestling. It's just anything to get them out of the house and go from there. It's a different feel and it's fun. You go, they hype how hyped you get at a show. So I just had an idea. I was like, why don't we have our talent that we trust, that we use at our school? We have our students. Why don't we why don't we just do something and see if we can get over? Because if I can bring in like Ace Foster per se, well, Rohit, dude, we know the battles they've had in TNA. They've had them all over the Indies, right? That's legit talent. So
Yep.
in my head, hell, man, you got Megalodon. Let my guy, man. He's our main guy. Him and Eli Perez are our two main guys. They're homegrown guys. They're hardworking guys. They've been around a very, very long time. They've wrestled all over the country. Even Megalodon starting to get more bookies now. Like he had a health issue. He was able to get back in the ring last month, and some other things happened. But um, some friends of ours, we hooked him up with somebody in Chicago. He's gonna work Chicago for the first time. Eli Perez, he was working Memphis last night. He was in Lubbock the week before. So on and so forth. She was the first time last night. Very proud of her. She's homegrown. So in our head, or excuse me, in my head, shall I say, and I want to get them over. So by having them on a card with these kind of people in a match with these kind of people, it's only going to help them. So when we go live, when we go live, hey man, you're standing across the ring from a talent that's signed, or you're in the ring with a talent that's signed, or you have an option to be at a seminar with a signed talent. So you have like Jake Manning. Jake Manning has it in. He's the head of merch at AEW, right? But then
You're
also,
correct.
right, but he's also a great family guy, like a great family wrestler, just like Dan the Dad, right? Phil Shark. They're super fun to watch, but also, man, they're just wholesome characters, man. They can go. Not take me. I love them. They can absolutely go, and their character sometimes overshadows that. But they're fantastic people and they're fantastic wrestlers. But it's going to help Eli get over because Eli's in the match, right? So therefore, when people see Dan, Jake, or Phil, they're going to see my guy, and
Yep.
and it's kind of like I want you to be able to get over by being on a card, and I want my people to realize you can actually get over by not going over. This is all common sensical stuff, right?
It,
It's not hard.
it used to be.
You know what, man? You are correct. That's very true.
you know.
But that's kind of my background and what I want to do. So, and that's my logic behind it. Because bringing those names, it not only helps my homegrown talent and students, it also helps the area to grow and for them to see something they might see on TV here, and like at home. And that's my goal.
And that's huge. And as somebody that grew up in that area I mean, geez, I lived there 27 years of my life. My first 27 years on this earth, give or take, like 1 year in college, basically. I lived in Northwest Arkansas, and what you're saying is absolutely been correct for 30 plus years. You want quality pro wrestling, you're gonna have to go really far. I mean, God, I was driving to Little Rock, man, to watch SmackDowns and shit. I mean, it's just it's such a big deal, and there's probably people that have been seeing me, really posting you guys' stuff and being like, really are gonna well, first off, I'm from there, so that's the bias anyway. I'll fully admit that. But even before, you reached out and you were like, hey man, like, let's do this. You can be the podcast arm of this thing. I was like, okay. I know the area, I know a lot of the talent, and a lot of the talent that I don't know, I'm really excited about, from what I've seen. And I think you have a perfect nucleus because you have selfless people that understand the business as your core, and they understand your area because they live there or they have lived there or whatever, right? And like a guy like Dan the Dad and a guy like Jake Manning, that's another huge positive for having them in the fold too, because they've worked some tiny ass indie shows. They
Yes.
understand not every match needs to be a Corrigan Hall 5-star classic. You need to strive for that, but sometimes you got to get into the Memphis, hit a guy with an object, hide sort of stuff, and they're great at that too. And so I'm really excited to see, like you said, your guys. Like I think maybe my favorite guy of the Razor Pro home guys is Megalodon Keenan John. You know, I just think of a guy like him who, God, if it was 20 years ago, he'd be the top guy in Chikara. There's no doubt.
No doubt in my mind, dude. I fully agree with that.
You know, his gimmick is like the perfect mix of over the top weird with like he's a bad dude. Like you watch him work and you're like, this dude's a big physical guy, man, and he can move. So
Really can't. You should see him in training. He's impressively like talented. I think there's so much to him that people haven't got to see, and I
mhm.
think we'll start seeing that because we want him to come out of his shell a little bit, right? Um, with him, dude, he's a worker. He's always grinding, and he's always working on his character. Like he's going to try to start changing presentation up a little bit and make it a little bit more like he's hardcore, right?
Yeah.
So he's the guy we really want to focus on. I mean, him and Eli are my main two, right? Which we
Yeah.
know,
Well, and
right?
Eli's
And
great, man.
oh, he's awesome. Like, we love the guy. He actually wrestled. I want to say was it 2 3 months ago. He had Richard Holiday in Memphis at Tiger
Oh,
Pro.
yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But no. So with Megalodon, man, he's one of those guys. He's gonna pull some stuff out next few shows you've never seen from him. He's gonna start being able to open his bag a little bit. But the guy's always working. He's a hard worker. He's a great guy at the end of the day, but he's a hard worker and he's humble. He just wants to go out there and be seen and work. That's what he wants. And you want a good person who's also a grinder. So
Yes. Well, and especially in your area and also
yeah,
just in indie wrestling. There's a lot of fake BS going on, you know.
that's the way of life anymore, though, right?
Exactly. I mean,
Exactly. I mean,
full disclosure,
you know,
I'm going to clock into my real job, quote unquote, later today. And let me tell you, there's a lot of fakes there. And you learn to
everybody.
adjust, you know. Another guy that's very interesting to me, and a guy that I would call, and you know, we're talking Arkansas, so I think I can use some country platitudes. A puppy with big paws, Truman Hudson the third.
Yes,
That
dude.
he just, you know what it is with Truman too for me is I'm like I watched him against I think it was Eli, and
Yes.
they had a hell of a damn match, and I was like, man. And you know what I loved about it is it was a very old school structured match. And I'm sure a lot of that was like Eli was like, all right, Truman, and you know, I'm a little higher level than Truman in terms of experience, blah blah blah. We're gonna break it down to the basics. And Truman excelled in a great way, and I like that he's expressive. I like that he's emotional about everything he does. It's just gonna be grinding off those rough edges with that guy, man.
Oh yeah. So here's what happened with Truman in that match. I know which one you're talking about. That was actually his first match back from injury. He had
Wow.
been out for almost 2 years. So that was like, hey, let's knock the rust off and keep it simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought it was a great first match back. Then his next match you see is like, oh, so you're fixing to be back, aren't you? And now yeah, so now he actually moved to SoCal. He's over there. He's doing a lot of training, but also he's working a lot of lucha shows now. If you follow his
Yeah.
IG and like his socials, dude, he's killing it, man. Like it's fantastic to see my guy grow. But he's another one of those hard worker, humble guys. He's very smart, well spoken. You get him in the ring, man, you unlock it, man. Dude's a beast.
Oh man. And it's like he ticks the box of a guy that has the intellect, has the ability in the ring, and when he really sort of fine tunes his character, I mean, dude, you're talking about an all around sort of guy. And that's what really intrigued me about him.
He honestly, man, it sounds kind of goofy. He kind of reminds me of Kenny King in a way.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Kenny King fan. The way he's built, the way he moves at that point in their stage,
Hmm.
he's built similar to what he is. You know, maybe not a D1 football player, but really talented, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, so but I'm a big fan of Kenny King. And that's who Truman has always reminded me of between a mix between him and Matt Sydal. Because Matt Sydal is the man who trained Truman.
Oh, nice. Okay. I didn't know exactly where he
But
had come out of, but yeah,
correct, yeah.
that's awesome, man.
So very excited, man. Glad to have him back. And he wanted to be well, when I reached out, I was like, "Hey, man, we want to know if you would like to spot on our first show, man. We'd love to have you back at least for once." He goes, "Man, I'm game. I'll
Yeah.
be there." There was no hesitation. That's our guy. We love that dude. So, that's what you want. You want people that's going to have your back and be real with you. And he has.
Well, and another one, and I know she's been there from day one, quite literally, is Anna Ray.
Yeah, she's been there from day one of everything.
Yeah,
Uh, we're really proud of her. She's working so hard. Her day job has gotten a little crazy, so it's been hit and miss at training like we want to, but we all have lives and we understand that.
yeah.
But like, yeah, you understand the daily grind, right? We all do.
Oh, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, right. Hey, you gotta need a living, bro.
Yep, you gotta.
But no,
Hey,
but she's made her rounds. She's let's see, she's made her debut at Atomic earlier in the year. I want to say the end of last year. Then they want her back. They're treating her really well down here. Like I said earlier, she actually had her first TV match on Triller last night. It aired for Atomic, so that was awesome.
that's
Shout out to
amazing.
Atomic. We're really proud of her. She's always trying to fine tune her character. She also has plenty of people she can bounce off of, other than us. Because one thing about us, we're like, hey man, if you have connections outside of us, bounce ideas off of them. If you're tight with the Richard Holiday, if you're tight with, oh, I don't know, well, just for I just said it like a Matt Seidel. If you have access to those people, use them.
Please, that's what makes
Yeah,
you
right.
better.
Yes.
And
That and
that's
being humble.
yes. And those two things were what really caught me about you in particular, and then of course your crew was there's no ego here. You're not sitting here doing the thing that all the indie promoters seem to do that just fizzle out, which is, well, are you Razor Pro exclusive? Are you? No, dude. Go out and make your money. Go out and get better because that's the thing you understand is the better you are, the better the shows are going to be. So when you come back and you do Razor Pro now is a much better company because you went out and did Atomic. And, you talked about Richard Holiday. Like that dude is like the journeyman of journeymans. I still, I got like half-ass engagement from just simply saying like, why is this guy not on TV? Like,
But you're also right on that one. I mean, dude, Holiday should have been signed a long time ago.
yeah.
I mean, you know what? We don't have control over that, so that's a whole different topic.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, that really was why I was like, yeah, dude, I want to hitch my wagon to this shit because you guys care about the big picture a lot more than really, I'll be honest, most indie people. And I'm talking even ones that have like a lot going on. They have the weirdest perspective. And I'm just like, okay, it's working for you now, but your long term is screwed. Like, and that's where you really impressed me because you're like, oh no, we're doing this, we got this sponsor, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is legit.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate that. So that's the whole point of it, right? I'm old enough to know to not be stupid with this. My days of having ego are way behind me. When I left the ring injured and stepped out for the last time,
Yeah, man.
that's where my ego left. It's one of those things like, oh, you know what? I'm not invincible. For me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, damn.
But yeah, that's how it is, man. I got kids too, so that was the main reason I had to step away. The doctor basically said you can either wrestle and die, or you can raise your kids, and it's like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
So pretty easy.
I was gonna say probably maybe not the easiest decision you ever made, but in terms of like the weighing,
Yeah, it was easiest. It was very lopsided on that scale.
yeah,
But no,
man,
it was. I just had got another concussion. I was getting a lot of concussions, and it got to the point. You know how they are, man.
yeah,
And I feel like probably suffering CTE here and there anymore, to be honest. But it's lessons learned. I was young. I was dumb. Uh, it's just like a Matt Seidel, man. How much of a high flyer was he back in the day? Now he's a mat technician. One of those things you had to change up. I'm sure we'll see Will Ospreay had to change things up when he comes back, right? You
yep,
got to adjust. Yeah. My adjustment stepped away. I got lucky to get back involved with it. But then like also with like the other promotions, right? I'm very big on trying to focus on what I can control, but then also I want to partner with everybody because I know the better partners we have, the better we are, right? It's like for instance, our main event is 2D Lane versus Janai Kai. Well,
Oh man.
We, I'm pumped about that, dude. That's going to be there. Nobody's ever seen in this area women just hit each other like that and go like that. I'm so pumped.
It's
But
gonna roll, dude.
I know, man. Oh, I'm so pumped. I'm getting chills thinking about it. The cool thing about that is though is that see, Tootie is actually the Warriors Women's Wrestling Champion, right? So
And they're a
I was
huge
like, hey,
indie, man, out of Chicago area.
dude, my three favorite indies, especially in the Midwest, is Glory Pro, Warrior, and Revolver. Those are my three main go-tos. I
Oh
absolutely
yeah.
love those, but I respect the people who run them even more. Because I do have access to a lot of those people, and I'll be honest, dude. The owner of Warrior, he has been really, really helpful. The owner of Glory Pro has also been really, really helpful. I can bounce ideas off of him. I actually reached out to the owner. I don't know if I need to, but his name's Steve, who I deal with at Warrior. Dude is an awesome guy. We kind of talked. He goes, man, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. We should probably look at this. He goes, let's focus on this, so on and so forth. And I was like, cool. I appreciate it. I said, are you okay with running 2D and Janai for your Warrior Women title in the main event of my first show? And he's like, hell yes. That
That's
right there,
awesome,
it meant the
dude.
world to me. Yeah, well, because him and I were talking kind of like you and I. He and I
Yeah.
were talking like, oh, pretty similar. So, and then also we got to looking where we're both the same kind of talent. Like people I brought in, he's had on his show, right? And the same thing with Glory Pro. Revolvers is similar. Because wait till you see what we have going on, the end of the year. You kind of have an inside track, but you kind of seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
folks, trust me. These Razor Pro little digest sit downs with Ben are gonna get more and more insane as we go along this year. I mean, it's crazy, man, what you've been able to put together, and it just proves like what you're saying about being, having good energy, having integrity, and really, and I'll say this from my own experience. I just did my interview with Felix Kohlenberg, owner of WXW. It literally was because I just asked. Like, I know you'll testify to this. I mean, it's amazing how much you get from people by just asking them. It's crazy.
And not, yeah, and not being a dick. Like, hey man, could you do this? I mean, or as opposed to like, hey, I want you to do this, but no, like, hey, are you even willing to listen to me? You know what? I am. Thank you for at least asking. And then anything can happen from there. Sky's the limit. As long as you be a good person and treat them right. That's all you got to do.
That's it, man. That's all we got to do, and you guys are doing it. I mean, this this lineup says it all. I mean, you got Ace freaking Austin. We talked about him. Another guy, me and you, independently of anything, were freaking out about was Cody Lane, who I feel like is one of probably the next breakout guy from the independents.
I think he's so underrated, man. He's a bigger man that can move. He's super athletic. Great gimmick. I love his promos. His vignettes are great. The guy is so talented. And he's such a humble dude also, man. He's like a holiday type. How have you not been picked up? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's,
man.
it's one of those. But hey, man, we got those all over the Indies. But Cody is a. Oh, I'm so happy to have Cody back. Cody's just fantastic, like everybody else in his roster. But Cody, I think, is very underrated across the board.
Oh yeah, dude. When I finally, and I'll be honest, I'm very, very, very new to the Cody Lane world. But when I checked him out, I was like, God, this dude's doing stuff that you don't see like anywhere athletically, and he's in, man. He's one of those guys that's like, is it a character? I don't know, because it really just feels like a big extension of Cody as a human being. You know what I mean? It's that old school Stone Cold. Just turn yourself up to 11, and you're good, man. And he really feels like that is exactly what's going on here.
Oh, I completely agree, man. And the thing is, what I love about him is that you see, man, his size, working the style he does,
Yeah.
it blows minds. Have you never seen him? I mean, it's like, whoa, look at this dude. And that's what I want. I want the crowd to be like, hey, when that guy comes back, he's going to be a destination guy, right?
Yeah.
I want to go to this for that, so on and so forth. But no, dude, 100%. Cody's completely underrated. I'm glad that, excuse me, I'm glad the Midwest really appreciates him.
Me too, man, because that's a really claustrophobic scene. There's a lot going on, and that's great. but sometimes you can kind of get not just lost in the shuffle, but almost just overlooked because there's a lot there. So I'm really really glad, like you said, that they're like, no man, Cody Lane's one of our guys. We gotta prop him up. Like let's show him off
Let's
here.
show him off here. That's what you want to do, man. You want to make sure you have these kind of talent from all over the place. But also, man, you got to think our location. You know as well as I do. We're 5 hours from Memphis, 5 hours from Dallas, 5 hours from St. Louis, 3 hours from Kansas City. Dude, we're the crossroads for these places, man. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
understand who we are, what we are. You know, the area is beautiful. It's always booming. Um, we need to capitalize on that, dude, and have people like Cody come in. He's only 5 hours from here. Why not take advantage of that? I'm not about the money. I want to make sure we're in green every show. I don't want to come out of pocket, and everybody gets paid and everybody's happy.
That's
That's
it,
all I
man.
want. I don't care. We make a little green, go on to the next show. Make a little more, go on to the show after that. Make more money, production. Make more money, maybe moving to school. So on and so forth. You grow the company, not my pocket. Don't care.
Exactly.
Don't care. I'm in this for the love of the game.
And
You know,
that
I don't.
shows big time, man. And that what you're saying, where you guys are at in Northwest Arkansas, it has always driven me so crazy that no one's taken advantage. And that's why, when you and I started, linking up, and it was like, oh, he finally somebody really understands the full potential of that area. Because sure, we can run little, BS whatever shows that are a goof deal, and we all know who we're talking about, and we all know what's going on, right? Like, that has always been around. Even when I was a little kid, I told you the story that I went to the freaking armory in Siloam Springs, Arkansas. That's a deep cut, and saw a fake doink. That's been going on. But
Oh, the
let's,
good old days.
oh God, it was so bad too. And he had a hardcore match. It was like so ECW coded in the worst of ways. Uh, it was terrible. But that has been going on forever. And that's the way it is in every little bitty, BS place around there. However, let's make a scene, man. This is easy to get in and out of.
Yeah. I mean, only the other thing, other than the airport being, BFE, everything's all good. But the thing that gets me about it, man, that made me really pop, we're gonna do it differently. I'm gonna put it on record. I will say it. I'm gonna respect the other local promotions, no matter what, and I'm gonna tell you why. We're not the same. Everybody has their own niche. This is the dream I had, and then my business partners follow me along with it, and they agree. Um, so our deal was we're going to focus on us and compete against ourselves and try to bring a level of production that we don't have around here. And so you're going to see production levels hopefully go up show per show per show, right? Um, but we want it from actually in-ring talent to the way we run shows, the way we present ourselves. We just want to be us. We want to compare ourselves to like almost a TV taping that makes any sense. Because that's what we feel if we're gonna have it on YouTube or Twitch, we need to give that level because that's not a level around here anybody has, right? That's not what we prepare for. So we need to look at aesthetics. We need to look at production, who we work with. I mean, all the way down to who refs. Um, that's we got a lot of things going on this first show. It's not complicated things, but just stuff we have to see. You know, so if we're gonna do that and compete against ourselves, then that's there's only room for improvement after that. So I will say it again. No disrespect to anybody around here. I respect everybody what they do. That's their vision. This is our vision. And I have no reason to step on anybody's toes. I have no reason to start anything. I'm just built different. That's all it is. I'm not from here, and I think that's the difference, right? I
It
understand
is.
more of a yeah. I understand more diversity and inclusion for myself. That's what I want, and
And
that's
that's
what I want.
huge, man. That's huge, and that's the future. And it's what I was screaming at people till I moved. Is you guys are gonna be left by the wayside of society if you don't get with the times. And it's not just that sounds deep, but it's not even being deep. It's like little things, what you're saying, like production values of just everything. I mean, I remember when the local news looked like some, cable access crap, and this is like a Fox affiliate, and you're going, what are we doing here? And then that sort
Yeah.
of changed about 2011 ish, finally. So that's the thing about Northwest Arkansas that's really going to benefit you guys is they are so resistant to change that the fact that you are going to be like, nope, we're shifting everything is going to be a huge thing for y'all because no one's doing that, man. And like you said, I mean, there's no reason to dog anybody. It's just reality, right? It's like you guys are doing something nobody around there is doing. And I can say that very safely, you know.
And I appreciate that is the goal. You can't stand out. You can't carve a niche for yourself if you do the same thing
That everyone's
over and
doing.
over.
Yep.
Why? Why are we doing that? I just that's not me. So I'm always the black sheep, man. I'm always like, I know you're doing it like that, but it's my
Yep.
deal. Just like, I give my wife crap. I'm like, hey, why are you following trends? What's trendy? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm me.
Me too,
I'm
dude.
me, right, man? Like,
Yeah.
why are you still wearing like, throwback like Reebok, questions? It's like, well, I'm a
They
Reebok
rule.
guy. I'm an Iverson guy. That was my people. And to this day, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not one to like, put myself out and like change for everybody else, man. Like I'm me to a fault, and I mean to a fault. You know what I'm saying?
Same, man.
And I'm okay with that. I used to not be, but the older I got, it's like, nah, this is what I want to do. And this right here with Razor Pro, this is what I want to do.
Just down to the name. I told you, when you sent me the mock-ups, you're like, we're thinking about Razor Pro and this. And I was like, dude, no, you hit money. You hit money here because the merchandising potential that you guys have, the name is cool. And listen, I mean, we're at the point in independent wrestling where it's like having a cool name is like you're literally, I would even say you're over 50% there versus anyone else.
With the branding and color scheme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you notice the flag you got right up there, man. Very, very similar colors if you think about it.
Oh, of course. And
So,
it's genius, I think.
well, also you know the area. So what other colors are those?
Those hogs,
Arkansas
baby.
Gray. Yeah, dang right. Blue pig,
Hogs.
right? So, and that leads me to the other thing, man. Like some of our partners, man. Like we were able to choose or partner with Choose Arkansas. To me, it's huge. You're from here. You understand it. On game day
Massive.
Saturdays, yeah, we could be really bad. Okay, we have been really bad in football, right? No kicking around that one.
Come on,
But
Silverfield. Please, God, dude.
I know, dude, give us something. But no, man. So you understand it's hall country. It's hall country till everybody, dude. On this shittiest day, 40,000 people are at the game,
Yes.
minimum.
Yep.
They're there. They die hard support their hogs. So choose Arkansas, man. They're that new NLL collective. They're ran by two fantastic, hardworking guys. Fantastic. And they just want the program and the school, actually the state, to get better. So they went out of their way. Well, I was lucky enough to actually, well, we were able to partner with them full time. And I'm very, very excited about it because that will bring every show now we'll have at least four Razorback football players for the spring season at every show for meet and greets, pictures. Come
That's
out, just
awesome,
come,
dude.
right? I mean, that's kind of one of those things, man. I mean, you start looking to that and what can really get us over. And I'm going to announce who those four. I can do it right here, and I was actually going to do it on social media today. Because what we really want to get down to being able to include everybody, and I think the U of A market's a big market that's missed. The football team, of
The
course, the basketball
biggest.
team has right. The basketball team's in Florida that day. It's a great game, big game, but can't really control that. But by having us helping football players get paid, that feel like, hey, we're even trying to help the university here, right? But then also with Choose Arkansas, they sign athletes from all over the state, and any of those athletes are welcome to come up here. We would be more than happy to put them out there and everything. But I feel like the Razor Pro brand, the colors, to Choose Arkansas, the representation of Arkansas and the Razorbacks, the area we live in, it's a regional thing. I felt like branding wise and marketing wise, man, I felt like it was just natural.
I think it's the perfect synergy, and it meets everything together. And it's what you're saying. That area is very unique, and not even just unique. It's unique along with other areas like it, in the sense that, guys, you got to think about the geography here. The
Yeah.
closest pro sports organizations go as follows: 3 hours ish or more away is the Chiefs. Then you got to go all the way to Oklahoma City for the nearest NBA team. Okay, the Thunder. And everyone, we're doing great there. Thunder just won the championship. That's great. Not everyone's
And
going
we
to be
got
willing to drive 5 freaking hours to see live sports, right? So the
no.
Hogs are an institution, not just the institution of the university. We're talking about it is woven into the fabric of Arkansas, quite
Man, I
literally.
was honestly on top of that. Let's see, like the Razorbacks in the state of Arkansas are the '90s Cowboys. They are the Yankees. Period. They are the '96 Bulls. They're dude. They're everything, dude. That is what the state lives and breathes by.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very important to make sure that's represented because I feel like that's a great way to stay involved and you can kind of get carved into Arkansas sports, right? Like honestly, man, like I think it'd be fun to do a pop up at a tailgate,
I think it'd be brilliant.
right? Dude, you're not ever gonna get bigger than 40, 50, 60,000 people in a parking lot walking around, already drinking earlier in the morning.
Yep.
That's the most eyes you're ever gonna see, and it's gonna go viral.
Not only that, think about it, and I've witnessed it in line at hog games, where maybe I got a Mark shirt on, right? And one of the old timers, we're talking about the '64 Natty title team, and they're like, "Damn, this little kid, he knows what the hell he's talking about." He looks down at my shirt, whatever it is, and they're like, "Is that wrestling?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And everyone has a story about how they used to watch wrestling. I'm telling you, I
Never.
think this is going to help everyone involved, because in my experience in just everyday life, at my job or wherever, it's like people forget it exists. If you don't watch it all the time, it's like it's weird. They think wrestling just died in the '90s. It's like, no, dude. Or like you'll hear somebody like remember like ruthless aggression shit, you know? And it's like, no, dude, this is a thing that will never die. I think we can safely say at this point, there's wrestling on every corner of this globe. I don't think it's gonna die anytime soon. So you just
We'll
gotta
pull up. I
gotta
mean, there's levels to it.
yes, and just jolting people's minds to just sort of, it's a spark, you know what I mean? That's the beauty of wrestling. And like on your guys' level, that independent level, that's the beauty of it, is just sometimes it's just getting someone to think different and go, "Ooh, wrestling. You know what? Let's try it out." And now you've got a lifelong fan.
Oh, 100%, man. That's what I want to do. Like, but that's also why I'm trying to include different vendors, different partners, different sponsorships from everybody, right? Because I'm really, let me rephrase that, excuse me. We're trying very hard to show inclusivity. We want every type of person involved. We want kids to go and have fun. I want adults to have the kids there using as a babysitter because you should, let's be honest.
It's
Or
the
kids might,
biggest thing, man, about wrestling back in the day, man.
yeah, 100%. But you're at the show, man. I want like mom over here is taking her kids so she'll shut up. I want her to go talk to the vendors, go buy some knickknacks, go buy some crafts. You're supporting local businesses, small businesses. You want that. I want our community outreach to be bigger. I mean, I've got great, great things in the works. We picked up two more sponsors between last night and this morning, and I'm stoked about it, man. We just picked up a local. You know this. We're now sponsored by Locomotion.
Oh my God,
Oh
that's
my God,
cool,
that's
dude.
because you're from up here, man. And we're gonna do a promo there once a month. I mean,
Beautiful.
Zach, he's great. That's an institution around here. You know that.
It's the
So
biggest,
hey,
man.
so any little bit helps, man, but it keeps the money in the community. And that's what I dig, man. And like, I want everybody around here to see us to do things the right way, have fun, give you something very different, bring you a TV style ish roster, but also getting our own talent in there and supporting everybody in the community, man. That's all I want to do. That's why I won't speak negative, to or about anyone local. It's not my deal. I respect what everybody's doing, and that's where I leave it.
And that's where you got to leave it, man. You're onward and upward. You know what I mean? That's what you got to focus on. Another
Focus on.
cool. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying focus on self.
Yep, and that's why you're growing like you're growing. And to think about, we're talking about all this, and you've yet to run a show under the Razor Pro banner. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
you would not believe the people that's reached out to me, and I'm so pumped about it.
Yeah.
It's almost something I dreamed of when I was a kid, man. It's one of those things like, man, I think I know how Tony Khan felt when he got a TV deal, right?
Right.
It's like, of course, a little bit different by like billions of dollars. But I'm saying, like, as a kid, man, like, man, just be amazing to do and to see it come to life right there, materialize in front of you. Honestly, man, I kind of teared up once or twice thinking about it. Not gonna lie, it means so much to me.
Yeah, man.
Um, I think it means more because I can't get in the ring anymore, and I have tried, but with my health, I can't. Uh, I just can't. But so I'm gonna do everything in my power to make this work and get my people that trust me, give me a chance to give them the spotlight, give them the ball and let them run, and really put them in a place to succeed, all the way to down to like, hey, I'm gonna do this, but also when we have certain people come in, we're handing out your information. Like I know if this person has this or this person instead of just a worker, if I know anybody that's up in a company, I'm like, hey, if you guys need an extra, if you need talent, you somebody to fill in. We're only so many hours from you. They would love to come in and work. Um, my people are like that. They want to work and they want to grind. They want to knock states off their list. And to me, that's why we will succeed because we understand that there's a bigger picture. That Northwest Arkansas is beautiful and it's fantastic, great place to live. You know that. However, you're not going to make it as a pro wrestler to live working only here.
Yeah, I mean, even if it blew up to this crazy level where it was like a Kansas City market or something, it's still, I mean, I don't think that the days of that are over anywhere. I can't think of any scene where you could just sort of plop down and only work that and you succeed. I can't imagine. I think that's just the way of the dinosaur, man. You got to keep your feet on the pavement, and you see it with the, we talked about it, Janai Kai in your main event, right? Tootie, Dan, Jake, Rohit Raju, who we haven't even talked about, one of my favorite guys ever in TNA, legitimately.
Yes.
5-tool player kind of guy. These all are people that have gotten their name literally because they go everywhere. I'll be watching some random stuff on Triller, IWTV, and they'll pop up and I'm like, damn, I didn't know they were here. Cool. And that's the other effect.
And the clusterfuck's coming up in April, so tell them what you're going to see there. Ever.
Yeah.
There's a chance you'll see some of them, some of those guys, well, down here.
Yeah, and I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of crazy mashups going on between Razor Pro and other places.
It's going to get fun, especially my shows in the spring, man. I'm not shooting in the fall season. Those last 3 shows, listen, I'm freaking pumped.
Yeah,
I'm more pumped about it right now, but like I was able to lock down my November or excuse me, my October venue. Yeah. And I'm so stoked because we were able to like involve in that. It wasn't the exact one I wanted, but it's across the street.
It's the same area though, and that's a cool freaking area, man.
Yes, it is. What's for the cool part about that, man? We would be running a prize show in New Eureka Springs on 6/13. So anybody that goes to that show, they're gonna kind of get a vibe, right? Yeah, because who that's headlined by. I'm not saying who right now. You know who it is. You know what's
up. You don't want to miss it.
No, you do not. That was actually loaded. Especially, it's fantastically loaded. Let's put it that way. But it will be fine. I promise.
Yeah, you won't be spooked. Well, I don't know if you necessarily can guarantee that, but it'll be fine. You'll be okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see if a ghost possessed Manico or something in his match, and
that match just might change, man. We don't know.
Exactly. And that's another guy I'm very intrigued by is Manico, because I was like, it just feels like he came out of nowhere.
Man, Manico's actually, it's funny with him, man. He's another hard-working grinder. He he works all in indies around Oklahoma and Arkansas. He travels. He's starting to work Memphis a little bit now. He works Minnesota. Get that one. That's
I
out of
love
nowhere,
that.
right? It's random, right? But he's a hard worker and he's a great guy. Him and his wife are also, and I'm very proud to have him. And he's another one that all my guys I name, I will go to battle for. I will, 100%. Um, and he's one of those that's like you're going to see more of him. You're going to see. I think you'll finally get to see who the real Manico can be this year. He's going to have opportunities. Um, like next month, I'll go ahead and spoil it, man. He's
Hmm.
exclusive. He's got Beer City Bruiser next month,
That's
and I
dope.
think it's gonna be fun, dude. That's gonna be a stand and bang match, man. Two big old boys in there just doing their thing.
Yeah.
Big meaty man slapping, right?
And that's, hey, that is a huge thing right now in the wrestling world is people want to see. And another guy, City Bruiser, who I think, like, he never got to show his ability because I've seen him outside of the Ring of Honor stuff, and it's like he was a hell of a worker, man.
He has a school in North Carolina. He's cutting weight like crazy. He's really focused on his health and everything, dude. And I think most people our age probably need to. So, and I respect it. But he's been great to deal with. Him. I've talked to so many people. I'm very big on old school Ring of Honor, right? And I know I'm not going to name any other names, but I have more old school Ring of Honor names coming in that show. And then further on down the line, you know some of the guys I'm talking about, guys that we would never see in this state.
No,
So, fun fact: did you know Ace Austin has never worked Arkansas?
I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised, man. Arkansas was hard for people to do before GCW started running Little Rock, man.
You're right. But it's funny because it's also his birthday on the Saturday, on that 28th.
Nice, man. There you
Yeah.
go. He'll
I'm
love
gonna
it.
go get a cake. Yeah. Well, I was like, do you still want to come in on your birthday? He goes, I just want to work, bro. I was like, what? You got a spot, and I'm not gonna tell Ace Austin no. If you
Hell
come to
no.
me, man, like I respect your work, bro. I can't tell you no. If I don't know you, I have to check you out. But I mean, there's a lot of people when they reach out, I'm like, I know your work.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
it's
I'm
like, huh?
hey, I'm Ace Austin. You're like booked.
Yeah. And he messaged me. He's like, hey, man, can I still come in? I was like, why the hell would I say no? Like, do you know who you are?
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, man. I've been a huge Ace Austin guy for years. I mean, even
I mean,
before he was in TNA. Like, God, what would he have even been doing back then? I guess he would have been doing Revolver, maybe.
I think so, man. So I'm a
And
big Revolver guy. Revolver, man.
oh yeah, I love,
I'm
yeah,
a huge fan.
huge Revolver guy. I love what they did. I mean, people need to remember Revolver is really where Marina Shafir started to become
Yeah.
Marina Shafir. So
And what is that? That and was it Beyond? Was the other one?
Beyond, yeah, he worked a lot of Beyond. And then
Yep.
like just your usual indies that are around the Midwest, and then he jumps on TNA, and I was like, dude, huge fan of that. I still say that him and Sawyer Fulton together just was a great little combo.
And dude, him and Madman, dude, that was fantastic. That was your heater, but your heater could go, right?
Yeah,
God, it was so great.
yeah.
But honestly, him and Chris Bay, man, Ace and Bay, Bullet Club. We're gonna have a former Bullet Club member in the Arkansas ring
There we
in
go.
Northwest Arkansas.
That's
You know how
crazy.
crazy that is?
Dude, I was living in Arkansas when Bullet Club formed, and I'd be trying to talk to people about it, and they'd be like, "What? What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh God, dude."
I know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was in that. I live in Nashville, Tennessee when they founded. So it's been a minute.
it's been a long damn minute, man. My lord. And when I think about it, I'm like, and you got so many like young people on this freaking card, man. Cam Putter, who I don't know anything about, but I'm very intrigued because you put him over huge to me privately.
We love Putter. Putter is another grinder, but he is so good and so knowledgeable in that ring. Oh my gosh, he's a flatback trained guy. Um, what I like about the flatbacks guy, by who they're being trained by, they understand the ring work, but they understand you got to have a fun gimmick, but you can get serious and not take shit sometimes too, right?
Yep.
That's the impression. Because honestly, Eli Perez, he's a flatbacks guy. A lot of people don't know that.
Yep.
He has he's got legit training, man. Putter, that man knows how to draw heat. Holy shit, can he draw heat? Uh, I mean, it's and on it, dude. It's a perfect gimmick. Who hates a douchebag with a damn polo and a fucking golf club?
It's
Am I
ready
wrong?
made. Chip
Exactly. Like, dude,
fairway. Come on, man. This shit's been going on forever.
it's all the way back to I don't know, man. It's bad. You may as well have a tennis racket. So, because I ain't naming names.
Yeah, the name has been tarnished, but the gimmick was
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly. That's why I'm leaving it alone. I was like, but no, man, he's great. He knows his stuff. We love him here, and then everybody loves to hate him. He really is, and that's it's going to be a blast having him back. It sounds like we're going to have him more and more often, along with a couple other guys. So we're very excited about the possibility of that happening. I mean, I feel like he'd be a great faction leader. You know what I mean?
The
So he
caddies,
has,
just throwing
yeah,
it
I
out
was
there.
in the putt-putt game.
There you go. Yeah, dude. And
For me,
dude, Cam Putter, great gimmick and guy to have in that area because you got a lot of big time legit golf courses around there, right? You got Pinnacle, you got Shadow
yeah,
Valley. There's a lot of like that's gonna freaking. I'm telling you, I think people really are gonna latch on to Cam.
yeah. Once you get more people to see him, man, it's gonna be like, oh, he's like our son. I was like, oh, I'm related to that dude, ain't I?
Yeah, or they'll go, he's like our son. Our son's an asshole. What the hell?
Yeah, that's our fault. My bad.
Shit. Uh,
No, we
I
do.
mean,
We host LPGA tours all the time.
yes. Oh, dude,
So
that's ready made for y'all. And then another one that's
mhm.
standing out to me, Raheem De La Suede.
That man needs more credit. I will pump my chest on that. If you see this dude here, he's an ultimate heel. You see that dude at home in STL, that dude owns the crowd. There is nothing better than him coming out to fame. Holy hell. That dude, nobody here has seen what he can do at that level. That dude is money. Holy hell is that guy money. And when he gets a break, he's gonna run with it. So
Yeah,
we have him scheduled and his tag partner Moses with technical difficulties, coming in later in the year too. I want more people to get eyes on people, man. And Raheem was like Tootie. They need to see people need to see him. They gotta respect what they're doing. They're so good. Raheem, man, he's so athletic. He's so over. He's so charismatic. He is the total package, in my opinion. And I'm telling you, him and Truman, it's gonna steal the damn show.
oh, there you go. There's the exclusive of the match, dude. Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what from everybody else, right? We don't have a clue on this one. I do. I have an idea.
Yeah.
As I do. But no, dude, you're gonna walk away like, holy hell, did you see that? I mean, that's what I want.
I can't wait, man. That's going to
Very
be
excited.
incredible. And then you got
Oh yeah.
a guy that really intrigued me, and it's intrigued me since your brand reveal that you did, and that's Aura Wisdom. I feel like this guy, the sky is absolutely the limit for him.
Oh, yeah, 100%, right? So Oro's a very unique individual, right? Dude stand alone. He's a journeyman, especially in Arkansas. You kind of stayed in touch with you know his background in other promotions. Now a couple defunct promotions.
Yeah.
He was the guy. Yeah, you get it. He was the guy there. But I think he's uber talented, man, and he just has that look. He has that scowl. You know what I'm saying? He has a great heel scowl, but I feel like he could work both sides if done right. But I'm very excited to have him back, and he's one of those guys that when we were putting this together, Eli was like, "Hey, man, I think Oro would be a good get." So it's like, all right, let's check it out. Then he came. He was at the brand reveal. We chopped up a little bit, and we're gonna make magic.
I like it. I like the vibe he gives off. Another guy that's got very, very deep pedigree. If I'm not incorrect, I think he trained at the Rhodes Academy, correct?
I do believe so. Yes, and
So
he actually lives in Austin, so he's driving up from Austin for the shows and stuff.
yeah, and so it's like that dedication alone, he's got the look, you know. Um Yeah, that's one of those guys that I have pegged just in my own mind of like, all right, this is gonna be cool to see him develop in Razor Pro.
You know, who you've been in the ring with
Who's he in the wing with?
Cody Lane.
Oh, that's gonna rule. Yeah,
Right,
they're gonna tear it up, man. That's gonna be
right.
great.
I'll wait. Let's see if I can get you on this one. Because, like I said, man, we're mixing our talent with super over indie talent, man. Like super insanely talented indie talent, and I think it's fantastic. I love the mix we've done. Obviously, we're at some point we'll have where we're gonna have a show where we'll have our own people against each other here and there. I don't want to do that because I don't like repeat matches. So I'm trying to be as creative as I can. Repeat matches are great if you have TV. There's only so much you can do with social media. Even if we had YouTube, we put stuff
Yeah.
on YouTube. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I don't really go on my way to watch things on YouTube. I watch a few things. I had to watch on there, like I'm a big Project Fear guy because I have issues. So I watch my paranormal stuff on there. But or if maybe like I can't get Honor Club to work, I'll try to pull up Ring of Honor or something, watch on there, so on and so forth. But like we can put it on there, but it doesn't mean you're going to follow it. And what independent wrestling is in the area, it's the casual fan, right? It's people wanting to come out on a Saturday night and just have fun. Um, I mean, because at the end of the day, you're asking people to come out to pay you money to entertain them. I had to put the best roster of talent in that ring every month. I'm sorry, but that is what it boils down to make people happy and to entertain them and to keep my locker room happy and what we have happy. That is one of the main goals and focuses I had to do. That's how I feel because we're asking people to give us your money to be entertained with your children or adults that love wrestling. They're about half and half, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. And also very early on in a company's life, that really should be your very, very high priority is the casual, who's going to show up and keep this train going sort of audience. You're going to, and listen, I'll just be real. You're always going to have the hardcore because they're looking
Yep.
for
Oh,
something different. So it's
mhm.
not, and also the roster that you're putting together of not the non Razor Pro home people, they're here. You know what I mean? Like they're here. You put Rohit on, you had me, right? Like even if I wasn't involved, I would have absolutely been there. I would have been like, oh shit, Rohit Raju here in Arkansas. Shit. Jake
Right.
Manning, Dan the Dad. I gotta go. Janai Kai, I'm in. I'm done. I'm there. So
And you throw that without mentioning somebody like Ace Austin,
yeah. Oh
who
well, yeah. Of course.
I kind of messed with Megalodon the other day. I was like, hey man, don't let this get to your head. But 2 weeks ago, that man was wrestling John Moxley on Dynamite, and 2 weeks from now, well, he's wrestling you. And he was just like, shit, I got to step up my game. I was like, hey man, iron sharpens iron.
Yep. And it's the perfect start for the promotion, man. I mean,
You got to
it's
set this.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm so pumped, man. The one that we haven't mentioned yet that I'm actually excited about seeing, Soraya Saber.
I was just about to ask about her because I know nothing about this woman.
She's a Nightmare Factory student. Um,
Wow.
she was actually, yeah, dude. That's you can't get a whole lot. I mean, you know how to be a Cody Rhodes fan, but you got to respect it. Him and Dustin, man, they know the industry. I am not a Cody Rhodes fan. I will go on record to say that. I never have been. Oh, no, rephrase that. Heel Bullet Club Cody, back in the day in Ring of Honor, that was Cody I loved. Anything past that, I'm good. But you don't have to like somebody to respect their work, right?
Of course
And
not.
the Rhodes is a royal family in wrestling. We know that. So if you're going to put that kind of pedigree in there, then I'm going to trust her with Anna Ray. I'm going to trust them to work a great safe match and a great fun match, and they're really going to be a surprise. That's my goal. I want my people also to be able to work safe. I don't want them injured. So, and I'm very excited to see what Sabre can do. I think it'd be a fun time, and I'm actually looking forward to having her back later on in the year after this.
Yeah, that excites me. That definitely has me looking her stuff up later and really diving into that heavy because it's all about fundamentals at the end of the day, and the older that you get into your any fandom, but especially with wrestling, is it's what you said, I want to see people beat the shit out of each other, but I don't want to see people get injured because you're unsafe and you don't care about your opponent.
Right. And that happens way too often, right? That's why you see certain people like, hey, we're not messing with you because we know what happens. We have to be very mindful of that. That's like whenever I do like when I get brought talent or they reach out, I ask my guys like, hey, have you worked this person? They'll give me yay or nay. It's like, all right, well, locker room, what are they like in the locker room? How are they with merch? Do they help, set up, tear down? How are they in the ring? I'm like, okay, they're good in the ring. How are they with you in the ring? Are they gonna be able to work safe with you? If we have somebody a little more experienced, so they're gonna be able to work safe for them and maybe, go in the match and help lead the match, take the lead, maybe call correctly, right? That's what we had to look at, is stuff like that. And if you come in, you're a cancer, you cause issues, you don't work safe, we will never have you back. I'm to the point like I will give everybody at least one chance if I'm interested in you. You burn me once, I'm done. Because like at this point, if you're wanting to be a pro wrestler, you should know every type of etiquette there is. And if you can't figure out any what that is, man, go look up Brutal Bob Evans. Bob Evans posted the most wise knowledge you can read. You don't have to like the guy, but the dude has the knowledge. He does. And the
Absolutely.
information, yeah, and the information he puts out, man, more younger up and actually some of the older guys too, they need to take notes because he's 100% right on 90% of it. Or I haven't seen all of it, so I can't say 100%, but the majority I've seen, he's been 100% right on. So, and I think that's very important to keep a very positive locker room. So, and work safe in the ring. So that's two things I look at.
It's something that I had a correspondence with Dark Chic of all people, actually, and
Oh, gee.
yeah, she's awesome, man. And it was about Slamtown, formerly Hood Slam. And I was just like talking to her about like what I've talked to you about, like, man, running a show, it seems like such a like shitty thing. And she said, like, not really. And she was like, because what you do, and it's very funny because you said some of the very exact same things she said, where it's like, I ask my people that I trust the deal. If they don't know you, then I give you a chance. And then you get one, and then you don't come back. And she was like, you can figure out who's come and gone from Hood Slam, who that might be. But like, you have to. If you want to run seriously, you have to look at it that way. It's not worth it.
Come back to work for you.
100%.
So, and by the way, it's always gonna be Hood Slam for me. Sorry.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, I'm sure. I'm sure there's going to be some things happening in Slam Town that I have a feeling are going to revert things back to normal eventually. But here's the thing that I love about what you guys do too, right off the bat. So it's not just the show, which I haven't even told you guys where the show's at. It is Saturday, February 28th at the Imperial Event Center. That's 2323 South Old Missouri Road, Suite E, Springdale, Arkansas. That's surreal to say. Doors are at 6. Show begins at 7. It's going to be an event. It's going to be a happening. And you mentioned, Choose Arkansas. You've got all kinds of sponsors, though. Of course, one of the really cool ones, Ozark United. You got Smith and Associates, Ray's Junk Removal, and then Integrated. I can't see that logo. Hold on a second. We're gonna bump this up so we can get full plugs. Integrated Improvements, and then of course Open Avenues. And the one that I'm really intrigued by, because I had heard about this place independent of wrestling, and then I found out that they're really deep with you guys at Razor Pro, is Collect and Destroy.
Yes. So actually, the co-founder and owner of Collect and Destroy is also now the co-owner and co-founder of Razor Pro. There's very little that can go hand in hand other than music and retro toys. Do you know how big that retro toy community is, man?
It's
You
massive,
got
dude. I'm part of it.
Oh yeah, right. So you have Dylan Poff, so you have your Matt Cardonas, you have Mark Sterlings, you have basically anybody like that, all the way to Danhausen. You don't have to be a Danhausen fan, but dude does his unboxing, it's great. So,
Absolutely.
but dude, it's that niche, man. It I love what he has, man. And Baxter's such a good, passionate, hardworking guy, and he knows his shit, right? And he was one of them. He was one of them. I talked to last year. I was like, man, I got an idea. And he's like, man, that's fantastic. I love that idea because he and I have a similar mindset for wrestling. So yeah, but with that, with collect and destroy, man, oh, it's awesome. So collecting, he actually does a lot of unboxing videos on YouTube and everything. So he has a lot of great hookups in the toy community. So, and that's a really big deal for us.
Yeah. And even just that, man, I'll tell you, like, when I moved from Arkansas in 2017, which is, Jesus, we're getting on 10 years close to, there wasn't any of that, man. Like, even like just cool, we had, this will be a deep cut for people that are from there. Vintage stock was a
I
thing.
love it.
Loved it, but it was like the biggest thing you could have, right? And it was very limited. It was based on obviously what they had, what they took in. And I like collect and destroy because it's much more curated. It's very what the modern collectible store is. And that's so cool because it's a big deal, like you're saying. And that overlap between them and wrestling fans, especially older wrestling fans, well, quote unquote, older. I can't believe I just said older about my generation finally, but let's
I'm
be real.
44, dude. I get it. It sucks.
I'm going to be 37 in a month. What the hell, man? Time went away a long time ago. So it's a perfect overlap. And that's what it just seems to be with you guys is you know your lane and you're staying in that lane, but you know exactly, you play with the edges, and that's when pro wrestling's fun, man. When what you're saying of like, I don't know what they're going to do next.
And that's what you want, right? I mean,
Yeah.
because you said collect and destroy, but man, I've added, I want to say, two or three sponsors since yesterday or since Friday. Since before that went up, I was like, we were trying to make sure we had everybody lined out. I was like, oh, Locomotion's come in. Okay, so Locomotion wants, we're now a partner with them and a sponsor. And then now we, as of last night, we're officially partnered with Rendezvous Junction Brewery. You know where that is.
Yes.
Yes. And they're great to us, and we'll continue to be great to them. Um, that's fantastic. We have people in the community that want to work with us, but then we also have vendors reaching out. We're trying to set up like a small flea market inside of a wrestling event too. It's going to be random, man. I know it
I
sounds
love it,
stupid,
dude.
but well, you got to have something for everybody, right? And I
Yeah.
feel like, hey, if he's bored watching stupid crap, she goes, "This is stupid." They're play fighting. Go buy something,
Yeah, you're
right?
here.
Go here. Cool.
I think it's a great move, man. And another
That's my
thing,
goal. Trying to be happy and make everybody. You can't make everybody happy, but I'm trying to get the options to lay them out for 'em.
and you're doing it too. We're talking about the cultivating of your guys. The other thing that I was very impressed with is right away when you announced Ace Austin was going to be part of the show, you also announced that he's doing a seminar the night before at the same venue, Imperial Event Center. So any wrestlers from that area that are serious and want to learn from someone that's been on TV, has gone all around the world, be there Friday, February 27th. It's 8 to 9. And really, please be trained, be serious. This isn't like a tryout to be a wrestler. This is, you want to get some advice from somebody that really understands this business.
100%. And he's a great journeyman, right? That's what you want. And we were lucky enough the owner of Imperial actually let us set up Thursday for the seminar. So we'll be able to tear down Wednesday, set up Thursday night. And then Friday, when it came in, everybody just get on the seminar. That way we have all time to work on aesthetics and set up for the show. That to me is huge. But giving Ace a very, instead of trying to set up, or do it at school to tear down and move, is kind of a pain in the ass because I want to make sure Ace gets some rest, right? So you want to do that. He runs a 3-hour seminar normally. So uh, it's going to be a great experience. I know we have people coming from at least 3 states right now to come to the seminar. So, and then we welcome the workers, like out of town workers, like, hey man, you know what? You can stay and help with the show. You never know if you have a call out. You never know what's going to happen, ever. That's
Yeah,
the
man.
life of a trying to get over. You show up to the shows. If somebody calls out, you may get a spot. You don't know. But if you're not there, then yeah, you ain't gonna have a shot.
And You are correct. It is 6 to 9. I apologize. It was not 8 to 9. I'm thinking like, what are you gonna do in an hour? Nothing. He's gonna get into his speech about what he's done and why he's here in an hour. You know what I mean? But yeah, and
45.
yeah, $40, man. Like that's not. Listen, I don't care where you're from. That is honestly priceless to get information from a guy like Ace Austin, who is
He also has his own school, and he actually
okay.
charges more usually. So he's actually helping the area out by lowering his price. So
That's awesome, man.
100%. Yeah.
And then the only other thing that we haven't talked about that is monumental, and when you told me, "Hey, this is going to be our guy that's going to commentate the shows," I was like, "Really?" Like I was like, "Okay, like we'll see." And then it dropped. It dropped over the last couple of days. Walker Stewart, the voice of English commentary of New Japan and Stardom, he is the official voice of Razor Pro, and that might be the craziest thing of all so far in my mind because it immediately gives you guys such legitimacy, and I really have felt a difference. I've noticed a difference in like your guys' engagement and stuff. What a get.
Okay, so the thing about Walker, he loves working on indies, right? He gets around as much as possible. Uh, but that dude has the voice of voices to me, man. He stands out kind of like Excalibur does to me. It's a very silky smooth type voice, right? And it's very unique. But being able to get him and him being interested, like to even work with us, because he's working with other people, I don't care, which is great. But the fact that he wants to work with us and is willing to spend his time to help us with everything like that for our YouTube videos and like our Twitch and everything, I'm extremely pumped because that doesn't only like legitimize what we're doing, but legitimizes it for people outside of here.
Yes,
If
and
that makes
that's the thing, man.
Yes, and that's what we want to do because he's like, oh, I've called these people before. It's like, well, hey, I had this person come in. Oh, I've called that guy before. I was like, I know. He goes, this is great. I'm gonna be familiar with people I'm calling. So, and then also it's a level of professionalism. So here's the spoiler alert. Him and I are gonna be on the call for the shows.
That's awesome, dude.
Dude, I told him, I was like, that is a dream come true, and it's like a fever dream for me. We had that conversation like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, wait, are you serious? He goes, yes. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that's a being up there, Jim Ross, man. That's how legendary that guy is. He's great at what he does. I mean, he's the voice of New Japan. I listen to that dude all the time.
Same.
Dude, the match he's called at Wrestle Kingdoms?
Oh, it's
I mean,
crazy,
good
man.
grief.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
called freaking Tanahashi's retirement match, dude.
I know, man. That's insane, man. I know a lot of people around like here don't really know who he is, but online they do.
Right. And they will.
And yes, they will. To me, that's very important because you want to be able to get the online traction, which honestly on our socials we have, but have them walk on a call and when they're hitting play on YouTube or Twitch, like, oh, that's Walker Stewart on the call. How'd this happen? Right? So his knowledge, his level of thinking, and just his level of also knowledge to coming from the production side to help me out and help us out is going to be like game changing in my opinion.
Oh, I agree, man. And the other thing that I love about Walker is he's country boy. He's gonna immediately be like, okay, I got it. I get the vibe you're looking for. It's not gonna be this thing. He's got to like work himself up to be like, all right, it's this Arkansas indie. He's like, hell yeah.
Bro, he already has, and that's what I'm so excited about. He's actually excited to work with us. And he's just a genuinely good dude. He worked wrestling for a cause, the show that Eli was on with Holiday a couple weeks ago, and we talked a little bit then, also. And he's excited, man. But he's a lot of energy. He's a ball of energy, believe it or not. He really is, and he's a great dude. Very very excited.
Yeah, man. That really got me to perk up a little extra. I'll say. When that came to my phone, you were like,
Yeah,
"Hey, just so you know," and
yeah.
I'm like, "Damn, dude, really?"
I almost see his face like reading the text. As stupid as that sounds, but I think I know what his face is going to be.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of, laid it down, flipped it, and reversed it, man.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting us and help us get off the ground. I wish you could be here at some point. I really do.
Yeah,
Honestly, people like pro wrestling fans are in Arkansas make them a little proud. That's my deal, right?
absolutely,
So
man.
I mean, we got people from, believe it or not, I know we had people from Alabama, Texas, Minnesota, and Tennessee come up to watch this show. So I mean, they reached out to us. We're like, oh, okay, then we'll make sure we have a better show then. You know.
Yeah,
So
dude. It really is it immediately excited me. It's like I said, I mean, dude, I literally remember driving around Springdale and there was nothing but fields and Tyson. All right. That's it. Okay. So the fact that there's places to run wrestling, let alone somebody's finally using it to run wrestling, it's just a beautiful thing, man.
oh, I agree, man. And honestly, so the first 2 months we're going to be at the Imperial, but the place we're going to do in March actually got double booked, actually triple booked, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to do Imperial back to back, and then we have a pretty big surprise for the April show that we haven't released yet. We're very very excited about the possibilities of that one, and who's headlining that one. I'm super pumped about. So
I mean, I can't wait. And I looked up the Imperial event. I like it, man. It's going to have a good vibe, I think.
it's got a GCW vibe, dude. I'm telling you,
It does.
it is. As soon as we walked indoors, I just got chills. Like this is it.
Yeah.
Like this is what I want. This is what I need to do for the first show. We have everything we need to be successful, and it's our fault if we shit the bed.
100%. And you know what I love about it is it's one of those venues that I feel like, wherever you end up with this, it really could be like that home venue. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're going back to the Imperial and it's this thing. I can see it already, man. I'm telling you. And as I mentioned earlier, again, RPW Rebirth will be this Saturday, February 28th at the Imperial Event Center. That's 2323 South Old Missouri Road, Suite E, Springdale, Arkansas. Doors over there are open at 6. Show begins at 7. All ages show. Please bring the kids. There's something for everybody.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the plug, man. It's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna let me rephrase that. My team and I are gonna do the best we can to give you the best independent show and experience we've ever had in this area. That's our goal.
And you're already destroying all expectations from the previous ages of Northwest Arkansas professional wrestling. I can tell you right now. Anything else you need to plug, Ben?
Currently, sir, I mean, I just wanted to. I mean, let me go ahead and I'm gonna plug our new sponsors. So,
Yes.
real quick, it's Locomotion Family Fun Park, which, like I said, it's a staple here. They're our now full-time sponsor and partner. Very excited about that. And then also we added NWA Pinball Club Station Break
I
based in
love it.
Rogers. It's awesome, right? It's a venue full of just pinball machines, some air hockey, some old school arcades. They do 10 pinball tournaments. They actually do pinball state championships there. It's really really cool stuff like that. Then our vendors we're gonna have this called MJ Kicks. It's a sneakerhead store, online store, locally owned here, kind of like your NWA Hype, but they're gonna be at the show. We'll have Crash. We're gonna have a bunch of like toys. We're gonna have all kind of random vendors. We will do everything we can to make sure that our fans leave happy and entertained. At the end of the day, we're here for you, the community, to be involved, everybody be treated right, and just go home happy. That's our goal.
And again, that is Saturday, February 28th, Imperial Event Center. Guys, you don't want to miss it. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Razor Pro. And until next time, go to the show, hang out, get something that you've been looking at, maybe a little toy, something like that. And then, of course, Saturday, Rebirth. I can't wait, man.
Anybody, thank you for having us on, man.
Of course.